Teamwork makes the dream work. You can't be LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard while investing in real estate without an all-star team. So today, I'm here to share with you how you can get that playbook so you can start building your multifamily all-star team. There's no I in team. Sounds cliche, doesn't it? But it's extremely true. Much like yourself, I wanted to be a real estate investor. However, I didn't know how to get started. All I know is I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and I decided that's it. That's who I want to become. And you might have done the same thing. So one day in New Jersey, shout out to New Jersey. New Jersey never gets any love. It's always New York. I love New York. You never see the I love NJ, the New Jersey. So shout out to Dirty Jersey, right? So one day as I'm walking home from work in New Jersey, I happened to walk across a property and I saw, an open house sign. And I said, you know what? Instead of me just hoping and wishing to be a real estate investor, much like that all-star analogy, right? It's time for me to at least practice so I can get in the game. At least window shop, right? I didn't know where to get started, but I said, hey, maybe I should just be in the right environment. So I walked into the open house, started looking at this beautiful property, way above my price range, by the way. But hey, I was just enjoying it, just see what's out there, just getting exposure. And then a gentleman approaches me, and he's a real estate agent. He hands me a sheet of paper with his contact information. And I said, hey, yeah, I like this property, but can you tell me more about it? Like, how much does it cost? He said, hey, first things first, are you pre-qualified for a mortgage? Now, this is for a single family property. And I said, pre-qualified, what do you mean? He said, okay. So I guess the answer is no. What I need you to do is I need you to contact my guy named George. He's a mortgage broker. Now, keep in mind, there's a difference between a mortgage lender and a mortgage broker. What's the difference? A mortgage lender is, in other words, a mortgage banker. They work for a particular bank, a particular institution, whether it's a big bank or a credit union, what have you. And they can only offer financial products that lending institution has available. But a broker will take a look at your profile and be able to shop you around to the bank or the lender or the institution that best fits your profile. They shop around for you. So this guy, George, he's a mortgage broker. Now, I definitely want you to give him a call, pay him a visit, and then once you get that pre-qualification letter, then hit me back up, and then I'll be able to be your agent. So just being in the right environment, just being on the court, I was able to reach out to the point guard, the real estate agent, who then pitched me over to the shooting guard, the mortgage broker. Finding the money, listen to me, is the most important thing. Just imagine you coming across a sweet deal. Let's say you increase your business acumen where real estate investing knowledge is concerned. So you know how to analyze a deal, find a deal, and all that good stuff. But imagine finding a sweet deal but having no clue how to finance it. Who would want to be on your team then? You think a real estate agent will want to work with you if you don't have any money? Do you think a real estate attorney want to work with you if you don't have any money? Do you think a property inspector, an appraiser? No one wants to work with someone who doesn't have the money because they may perceive you, and this may sound harsh, but don't get mad at me. It's their perception in this hypothetical situation, not mine, no judgment here. But they may perceive you as a BFC, a broke, frustrated chump. Nobody in the real estate industry wants to work with someone who doesn't have the cash, as well as means to prove it, like the proof of funds, bank statements, mortgage commitment letter, and so forth, or pre-approval letter, and so forth, okay? So it's extremely important for your all-star team that you find a mortgage broker to put on your team. And just make sure that you be honest with that mortgage broker. Let them know what's going on. If you have tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, money in account, and so forth. And outside of having a mortgage lender, you also want to consider having other ways of financing the soft costs, closing costs, down payment funds, and reserves. Now, that other team member could be a private lender. It could be a gift from a family member if you're doing residential single family. It can also come from your retirement account. It can come from another private lender or equity partner, or it can come from business credit. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure you have more than just 100% financing for your deals. You want to have at least 110% financing for your deals. So I recommend for your first team member, mortgage broker and or other teammates to help you where the down payment, soft costs, closing costs, and reserves are concerned. Now, after you find the money, it's extremely important that you find the deal. So of course, the next person to add on your team is a deal finder. Now, a deal finder can be a real estate agent, it could be a wholesaler, it could be yourself driving for dollars, sending out direct mail campaigns, posting abandoned signs, but you need an influx of deals coming into your inbox. Personally speaking, from an investor standpoint, I prefer to work with wholesalers as well as with real estate agents. Why? Because that's their main job, is to go out there and find deals. My main job is to be the GP, the general partner, just making sure that everybody on the team, me being the head coach, all right, everyone's doing their job. That's my goal, is to be the head coach, not to be on the court finding deals, not to be on the court, not to be on the floor, drafting up my own contract and so forth. No, I want to have these team members in place. And my job is to make sure that they're all performing at the highest level possible.